Welcome back to the Girl Power Alliance podcast. I'm so excited. I love these amazing women that we keep having on the podcast, their stories, what they're doing in the world, their mission. And today is absolutely no different than any other. And I'm so proud to have this amazing woman on. This is Brandee Thunberg. She is a high performance lifestyle expert. She was born and raised in New Jersey, moved to Florida after college, so going from cold to warm. moved to Florida after college to marry the man of her dreams. She's a proud mom of two amazing boys. When she is not writing, speaking, or coaching about health and wellness, she can be found enjoying nature or volunteering at several local charities in her hometown. Where's your hometown, by the way?
I am in Groveland, Florida. That's Central Florida, about 40 minutes from Disney.
Okay, so you live sort of near my daughter. My daughter lives, well, actually she lives both in Longboat Key and in Sebastian. So you're like in between. She has a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, 2 coaching certifications, and she's in the process of becoming an internationally certified health coach. That's a big deal. She's passionate about creating sustainable, healthy lifestyles so you can look, feel, and perform at your best every day. She's written a course and is soon to be a best-selling author of the book, The Keys to a High Performance Lifestyle, your 5-week catalyst to an even healthier and more successful you. Through her company, Sunshine Transformation, she's helped countless of people gain energy, mental clarity, control of their health and wellness, and helped them shed items such as stress, anxiety, fear, and weight, which, by the way, people need desperately right now. Welcome to the podcast, Brandee.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. This is such an honor.
I'm so excited to have you. And I've been saying this, and it's kind of like a reoccurring theme, and maybe I sound like a broken record, but since we spoke the last time, don't you feel like the world is like we're in a new world?
Yes, completely.
It's surreal, and it feels like we're in a movie, and I don't know, just going with the flow, right?
You have to. You've got to be able to just kind of absorb what you can absorb and then understand what you need to let go of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like too much news can be really overwhelming.
Big time.
So yeah, and just learning your limits. But yeah, it's definitely different. It's brought on a lot of conversations about stress, anxiety, overwhelm, and just a sense of some people feel like they have so much they need to get done right now. Like, well, I have this time. I'm finally home. We need to get done. And then others are like, but I just don't have the energy. And it's understanding that it's okay to absorb this how you need to.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. We've never seen anything like this.
I know, it's bizarre. It's really a bizarre thing. Well, I mean, I know I gave your bio, but I would love for you to share just a little bit more about tell us about you. So this is who you are in business and the amazing things that you've accomplished. But I would just like to tell everybody a little bit about who you are.
About who I am. So I've got a pretty varied background. To start with my story, way back when I was younger, I was sick all the time. And that I didn't realize how that was going to navigate my path. And that, going through some of those things I went through, and then by the age of 20, dealing with depression and anxiety, started to pave the way for me to try to heal myself. Because I actually had a doctor, I reached out for help, and a doctor laughed at me. Yeah. So we're talking
so disappointing.
Yeah. And it's 20 years ago when having those conversations about depression were very different than they are now.
It sure are.
Yeah. So I didn't realize what a blessing that was. And that's kind of navigated my path to not just try to heal myself, but now I'm able to help others. And that has been just a huge passion of mine. And throughout that course, I have an art degree, and I did architecture and design work for a while, and I've taught for 19 years, teaching kids art. So it's kind of taken an interesting path. And then this health coaching just kind of came. Actually, in the middle of the night, I was helping so many people, and I didn't realize how much I was helping because it was just such a natural thing. And, in the middle of the night, it was like, I got this message, you need to be a health coach. And Michelle, at the time, I didn't even know what a health coach was. I was like, a who? And it woke me out of my sleep. And I know I'm not the only one that gets those.
For sure.
Yeah, those messages. And it was honestly answering some prayers that I was having. Like, am I in the right place? Do I need to be doing something else? Am I making a difference? The big questions that we ask ourselves. And so when I got that message, I listened. I actually got up in the middle of the night and started going, well, what is this? And once I researched, I'm like, this is what I do all the time. Like, why not get certified? Like, it makes sense.
This is a thing.
Exactly. Like, yeah. Wow. Oh. And it's funny because I'm a very cross the T, dot the I person. Like there's a way and we do it and we get it done and we find the system. And the message I've gotten from the beginning is let it be organic.
I love that. Well, okay. So a couple of things. You would be shocked. And if you listen to the other stories that you're hearing through the Girl Power Alliance podcast, you would be shocked and amazed to hear how many women have a very similar experience to you, where literally there was a call. Like maybe you were kind of seeking something, but there was a call. So I want to kind of go there for a second. I want to ask you, so specifically, I mean, obviously you were woken up in the middle of the night, but what would you say, how would you say your faith what role has it played in you transitioning from what you were doing then to what you're doing now?
Yeah. So definitely having that faith and knowing it, Michelle, it was like literally someone was whispering in my ear, like to this day,
audible.
I could feel it. Yeah. Like I could feel it. Like, it's one of those things where like, you're like, what's happening?
Gives me chills.
Yes, it did. And I just knew that was my message for my next step, and just listening, it really made me start to listen. So we're really good at getting in our mind and being logical, yep. Right? And like, well, this makes sense. And and for me, it was a matter of, no, this is a special message I'm getting, and I need to open my ears and I need to open my eyes to it. And you start hearing a lot more when you do that.
Isn't it true? When you train yourself, I always try to teach people, like, hearing the Holy Spirit is a skill that you can develop. I mean, I think we're kind of waiting for like the burning bush moment where you walk outside, the skies part and you get a message, but really my personal opinion, my experience with the Lord is that it's a skill you develop. And once you've turned the volume up on it, makes it so much easier to hear. So that's a pretty big, that was almost a burning bush moment to be awoken in the middle of the night, but it was like it flipped a switch for you. It sounds like
it did. Absolutely. And it became the missing piece that I needed for the catalyst for where I needed to be next. That journey of where he wants me to be, and understanding that that's what that was. And that's what really helped me dive in there. And it has been amazing to watch it unfold, because it literally has the organic opportunity has allowed so many amazing people to come into my life that have made it very seamless and let me know that this by far is what I need to be doing, that there's no resistance, there's no battle. It's just, I don't want to say it's easy, because it's not like I'm not working hard, but it's just flowing. And like people like you are coming into my life that I'm like, wow, I am so blessed. Because one of the things I said that night was, God, if you want me on this path, then I want you to bring the right people in my life to help me do this, and bring the right people that I need to influence, that I need to help grow in their faith and their relationship with you. And then most of all, let this develop my relationship with you. So I laid those things out like, okay, if this is what we're doing here, I want to make sure that I'm doing it right and I'm honoring you. And I have developed the most amazing relationships with people that are so faith-based, that are helping me grow in my faith. And when I talk with somebody who I've now become good friends with, and we're getting ready to do something together, and he's like, "Can I pray for you?"
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
And I'm like, "We're in the middle of a business conversation." Yeah. Like, how cool is that? And that's why I love what you're doing, because we aren't used to having these conversations about business.
I know.
And we're so used to that being so separate. But I have witnessed firsthand the amazing things that happen when you allow that to come together. And to hear, hey, let's pray. And we're not praying about the business stuff. We're praying
Right.
for each other.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's just this, like, I feel like it's supernatural alignment. And I know that it seems crazy to my brain, because we have, like, the world feels weird and transitional and scary right now with all the stuff that's going on with this pandemic and people not working. But so there's that's going on this side. But then over here in this world, there's so much alignment. There's so much like-mindedness. There's so much kingdom mindedness. And I really feel like there is a new movement rising up. And the more that I talk with women exactly like you, it's like we're all literally walking on the same path together. And the more women that we like shine a light on, the louder the voice gets. And I believe, this is just my personal belief, I believe the enemy took that alignment away from the business world. It took it away. He told people the lie that you can't do that. You can't pray in business. You can't pray in school. You can't pray over each other. You can't let that part of you, which for me, it's the biggest part of who I am. You can't let that part of you seep into other areas of your life. Keep it over here. Keep it for Sunday school. Keep it for Bible study, but don't let it seep into anything else. But I will tell you, girl, the more we let it seep in, the more, like you're talking about, peace, alignment, flow, and even success. And success to me is not always financial, which it's a huge component to it. I don't want to deny that, because the more we make, the more we can give, right? I mean,
Exactly.
we can have so much more impact when we are financially successful and we're not stressing just to pay the bills at home. So I'm not discounting that at all. But success to me, that's just a component of my definition of success. It has a lot to do with exactly what you're speaking about. This kind of feeling that you're not working. You're putting in the work. You're getting training. You're expanding your skill base. You're doing the work. But there's a flow that happens inside this place of kingdom alignment. That's like amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's beautiful. Exactly. And it's really, it's just a blessing to see all the alignment happen, and to see the people that are coming in to this journey with me and that are aligning with me. It's like I have my tribe,
Mm,
and I don't have to worry about what to say or what I believe, because I have the tribe that's right there with me, holding my hand, guiding me. I'm guiding them. We have a similar language.
yeah. Yeah. Isn't that incredible? So, as you're seeking out clients and stuff, are you finding that they are like, how does that happen? How does the conversation happen? So is it like, I always say, in regular business outside of, who I am now, you don't speak like Christianese, like you have a different vernacular, but then there's certain words that, like, people that have that same faith, you kind of use similar words. So how do you integrate that into coaching and working with clients? Does it happen organically? Is there a question you ask? How does that play out?
A lot of it happens very organically. Sometimes it doesn't. Like, one of my new clients said, "I'm so excited to be signing up with you, because I know you have the same faith I do. And my faith is so important to me. And in order for me to take this journey, I need someone that understands that part of me. And the last coach I had didn't understand that, and we couldn't mesh.
Mm.
So sometimes you have that opportunity, but I also try not to miss the other opportunities. Like I had a client who was struggling terribly with grief and didn't have a belief system.
Mm.
And it was an eye opener to me because I don't know how to get through grief without my faith.
Yeah.
Like the things that I would say were the things that I believed and I knew. But it was able to start opening their eyes to something that they had never been exposed to before.
Wow.
So being able to find that gentle path is an amazing opportunity too, to find someone else who you can start like peeling back some of the layers and opening that door for. So it's very individual based, I think.
Yeah.
But I've yet to have anyone that pushes any of it away.
I think it's because when so there's in my business that I've done for the last 15 years, which has been sales, there's a difference between a sales pitch and something that is genuine from the heart because you're excited. Like there's a big difference. You can memorize a pitch, you could be great at a pitch, but when it's just a pitch and it's not something authentic, I think people feel it. It's the difference between people that are really, really good in sales and people that are really, really, really good at connecting. There's a big difference. Right. And so I feel like with you, because it's authentic, you're not trying to like pitch them on, like signing them up as a Christian. You're trying to genuinely from your heart share something that and believe with all your heart. And I feel like human beings are very receptive to that authenticity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's huge when you're coaching, no matter what coaching field you're in. You have to have someone that's going to have that relationship building skill, because to me, it's not a business, it's changing a life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that to me, that's two very different things. So I've got to really, I've got to be able to dive in there. You've got to be able to trust me and share things with me. So we have to build that relationship. And then having my beliefs and having God and, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, having that to help us build that relationship. I mean,
it's like an instant connection, isn't it?
Yes.
It takes this has been my experience. It takes a relationship that may have taken a longer period of time to connect, and you almost have an instant connection because when you share that love of Jesus, it's like automatically you're like, okay, this is, you're my soul sister. I don't know anything about you, but I know that, and that's enough that I can begin to open up at a different level.
Exactly. And it's just awesome. And it's beautiful to experience as a coach as well, but just as a person, just to be able to just experience that with people is just,
it's the ultimate. I think it's the ultimate because of course we do what we do to make money, right? We have to have jobs. This is the world that we live in. But when your heart's primary focus is making an impact, it makes every dime you make feel so much more powerful and potent. So, every woman involved here with GPA is women that want to make an impact and they need to make an income. And so combining those two things is just, it's like a superpower.
Exactly. And that's why I'm so excited about what you're doing and this platform and the whole concept of Girl Power Alliance. I just feel like it's exactly what this world needs. It needed it before what's going on now.
We did.
Really bad, but it definitely needs it now. And I feel like we have a shift happening with a lot of people too, where they're getting back to more of their priorities and their values and their belief systems. So I feel like that is going to allow things like this to seep in even more and even quicker than they might have if we weren't where we're at right now.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I feel like for a number of years, kind of the Christian community, and rightfully so, there's been a lot of criticism within the Christian community because the church community can be very wounding to people. There's a lot of rules and judgment and a lot of things within the church community that are very, very hurtful. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. I believe there's a big shift going on just in the church at large. And I believe that a lot of that stuff, which is lies, those rules and stuff that people have put on Christianity, those are lies. And I believe that it's breaking off. And so in times like this, right, where the whole world has put a pause button on life, like everywhere, it's not just in a city or a town, it's our entire nation, and it's most of the world is on pause. And so there's an opportunity. This is a big opportunity for the people in the Christian community to really almost stand out, to be the hands and feet and show people this is what we do as a community. We wrap our arms around everybody. It doesn't matter what your belief system is, what your demographic, your background. Like, we as a community, as followers of Jesus, we love and we serve. And so I believe it's opening the door for people to see Christianity, people that follow Christ, in a whole new light. I hope. I hope and pray.
I agree. No, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity there. And, and just watching and hearing some conversations with, people spending more family time together. As a society, we had gotten so many people into the go, and you're going from one place to the other. And it's like, oh, I don't have time for this. And I don't have time to make a meal. And we don't have time to sit down. And we don't have time to discuss this. And we don't have time to have fun. Like, we've got baseball and dance.
Oh, so crazy.
But I feel like now that we've got this opportunity to pause, people are realizing how unimportant some of that running was, and how they need to realign with what's really important. That maybe sitting at that table and having dinner and having some of those awesome conversations, that's what needs to be happening right now. Just, I don't know, just building the families, building your faith, building the people around you. I think we lost sight of that for a little while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for a long while, I feel like, and have you heard the statement that it's like, if he can't make you bad, he'll make you busy?
True. Yeah.
It's so busy and so distracted that you don't have time to kind of, be. And are you noticing during this time at all, like, are you busier? Are people seeking out you and your help and your coaching more now than before?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot more phone calls and messages and, oh my gosh, how do I handle this? And wow, I'm a lot more stressed than I thought I was. And, and actually I put together a Cultivating Calm challenge on Facebook that just started today, because I wanted to be able to give. And I had all these people who need it. Like, they were just trying to find some calm, some peace, some certainty.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that to give back. But yeah, it's been really interesting on my end of things with the way everything has played out and it doesn't, I've had business owners who, I'm talking with people who their jobs are canceled.
Oh, scary.
Like, just because of the work that they do, they don't have any right now. Yeah. And they're like, wow, how do I navigate this? To the moms that are now homeschooling their kids, or some of them are trying to homeschool their kids and teach students because they're a teacher. And so I've been navigating a lot of that and hoping that I'm giving back and sharing in a way that gives them, just that sense of, you're okay, you got this, and then sharing with them some nuggets and tips and techniques that they can take away, and use. So definitely been an increase.
Well, you are the epitome, and you even said earlier in the podcast, it's the epitome of why I think having here at GPA, having a directory of coaches is so important, because you said one of your clients said they had another coach and they didn't share that faith. So the foundations of everything, every technique, everything that you'll teach, it can't line up. And my husband said it, we were having a conversation with somebody yesterday and he was talking about being unequally yoked. And I think we put that all the time, like in marriages or relationships, but it's in every aspect. It's in business too. And so and so many people, they desperately need or want coaches, but they don't know how to find them. And so that's why I'm so proud of that part of what we're doing with Girl Power Alliance, of having coaches that people can look in this directory and look for somebody that does exactly what you do, mindset, high performance coaching. And they'll know that when they connect with you, you are aligned up in that same faith. Now, I just want to tell you, what you do matters. You're impacting the world in ways that you may never even know until you get to heaven to see the ripple of what you're doing. And I just want to say thank you to you for what you're doing. And before we're done, will you tell everybody, how can they find you? Just give them the whole thing.
Awesome. Well, thank you for those kind words. No matter who we are, we need to hear that, so that means a lot. I appreciate that. And thank you for this opportunity to be here. If you want to get a hold of me, I'm at Sunshine Transformations. That's my company, Sunshine. And then if you text 26786 to Sunshine, I have a free gift for you. You can get the High Performance Lifestyle Quick Start Guide. So it's 4 things that you can do that you can start right away that can help you get on that path to getting mindset, self-care, nourishment, and movement into your life in a way that creates that sustainable, healthy lifestyle. So you're not doing the up and down and the up and down. So 26786 to Sunshine, or Sunshine to 26786. And then that you'll have that free gift, but then on Facebook and then on Instagram, it's Sunshine Transformations. And then hopefully I'll be in the directory with Girl Power Alliance, and people can just go ahead and look for me there as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then sunshinetransformations.com. So if you put in Sunshine Transformations, you're going to find me.
I'll have it all in the show notes of the podcast, how to connect with her, as well as how to get her free gift. And we'll have it on the YouTube channel too, in the notes as well. I just thank you so much for taking time out. I cannot wait to see what the next 6 to 9 months brings to you and your clients in the world. And I'm just happy to know you.
Group. And to you and your group and the tribe that you're creating. This is amazing. I'm so honored to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.